What if I told you that a popular food, probably sitting in your fridge right now, is acting like glue in your arteries and making your leg pain worse with every bite? It sounds crazy, but for the millions of people dealing with the daily misery of leg pain, cramping, and awful circulation, this one food group is an absolute nightmare. I'm talking about that dull ache that suddenly turns into a sharp, cramping pain the minute you start walking. That feeling of heaviness in your legs, like you're dragging around weights with every single step. Or that numbness and weakness that makes you feel unsteady and just robs you of your confidence. These aren't just little annoyances. They're warning signs from your body that your circulation is in serious trouble. This condition is often called peripheral artery disease, or PAD, and it affects a huge number of adults, especially as we get older. And while you might think it's just a part of aging you have to put up with, the truth is, your diet plays a massive role in either making things way worse or helping you fix them. In this video, we're going to expose the foods that are directly contributing to your leg pain. We'll spotlight the #1 food category you have to avoid if you want to improve your circulation and get your freedom of movement back. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is, why it's so bad for you, and what you can eat instead to help open up those arteries and finally get some relief. So stick with me, because this could be the most important change you ever make for your health. Before we name names, you need to understand why these foods cause so much trouble. The real root of most leg pain and circulation problems is a condition called atherosclerosis. Think of your arteries as smooth, flexible hoses that carry oxygen-rich blood from your heart to the rest of your body, especially your legs and feet. When you're healthy, those hoses are wide open, letting blood flow through easily. But over time, thanks to things like genetics, lifestyle, and most importantly, your diet, a sticky, waxy gunk called plaque can start building up on the inner walls of your arteries. This plaque is a nasty mix of cholesterol, fat, and other waste products. This is where that glue for your arteries idea comes from. This stuff is sticky and it hardens, narrowing the path for your blood. Imagine a 4-lane highway slowly getting squeezed down to a single traffic-jammed lane. That's exactly what's happening inside your legs. This whole process is what doctors call peripheral artery disease, or PAD. When the arteries in your legs get that narrow, your leg muscles just can't get the oxygen-rich blood they desperately need to work properly, especially when you're moving around. This starvation for blood flow is what triggers the classic sign of PAD, that painful cramping in your hips, thighs, or calves when you walk, climb stairs, or exercise. The pain is called claudication, and while it usually goes away when you rest, it comes right back as soon as you start moving again. But it's not just about pain. Bad circulation can also cause that constant feeling of heaviness or weakness in your leg muscles. Your feet might feel cold all the time, or you could notice that cuts and sores on your feet and legs take forever to heal. In the worst cases, it can even lead to serious tissue damage. So how does food play into this? Well, the foods you eat can either speed up this plaque buildup or help slow it down. Certain foods are just loaded with ingredients that fuel inflammation, crank up your bad cholesterol, and raise your blood pressure, all of which are the main drivers of atherosclerosis. They are literally feeding the plaque, making your arteries harder and narrower day by day. Now, let's get to it and talk about the #1 food group you need to kick to the curb. If there's one villain in this story for anyone with leg pain and PAD, it's processed meats. This is the stuff I was talking about earlier, the food that's so convenient and, for many of us, a daily habit. We're talking about bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats like salami and ham, and anything cured. They're fast, they're easy, and they are a complete disaster for your arteries. Let's break down why processed meats are so uniquely destructive. It's a triple threat of bad news. First, they are loaded with saturated fats. A diet high in saturated fat directly cranks up your LDL cholesterol, which you probably know as the bad cholesterol. Think of LDL cholesterol as the main ingredient for building plaque. The more of it you have floating around in your blood, the more material your body has to clog your arteries. Eating processed meats is like giving a construction crew an endless supply of bricks to build a wall inside your blood vessels. Second, processed meats are absolutely packed with sodium. Food companies dump massive amounts of salt into these products to preserve them and make them taste good. A single serving of deli meat can blow a huge chunk of your daily sodium limit. All that extra sodium makes your body hold on to water, which increases the amount of blood in your bloodstream and drives your blood pressure sky high. If your arteries are already narrowed from PAD, high blood pressure is like turning a fire hose on full blast inside a clogged drain pipe. It puts incredible strain on your whole system and makes it even harder for blood to reach your legs. Third, and this might be the sneakiest part, are the preservatives, especially nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals are used to keep meat looking fresh and prevent bacteria. The problem is, inside your body, they can fire up inflammation and oxidative stress. Inflammation is a key part of atherosclerosis. It's your body's reaction to injury, and in this case, your artery walls are being constantly injured by high cholesterol and blood pressure. The preservatives in processed meats just add fuel to that fire, helping glue the plaque together. So you've got saturated fats building the plaque, sodium cranking up the pressure, and preservatives fanning the flames of inflammation. It's the perfect storm for making PAD and your leg pain so much worse. I know cutting out processed meats can sound tough, but the alternatives are not only better for you, they can be just as delicious and satisfying. Your arteries are going to thank you for this. Instead of bacon or sausage with your eggs, how about a scramble with some lean protein? Or even better, try a bowl of oatmeal with nuts and seeds. It's packed with fiber that actually helps lower your cholesterol. For lunch, ditch the deli meat sandwich and try grilled chicken or turkey breast on whole grain bread. You can even roast a whole chicken on Sunday and have lean, flavorful protein ready for the whole week. Better yet, make a big batch of lentil soup or a chickpea salad sandwich. Legumes like lentils and chickpeas are powerhouses of fiber and plant-based protein, and they are fantastic for your circulation. And for dinner, instead of ham or sausages, make fatty fish the hero of your plate. Fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are bursting with omega-3 fatty acids. These are healthy fats that do the exact opposite of saturated fats. They actively fight inflammation, help lower blood pressure, and improve blood flow. Grilling or baking a piece of salmon with some herbs and lemon is simple, fast, and one of the best things you can eat for your heart. The next major offender on our list, and one that's everywhere, is sugar. Specifically, the added sugars hiding in drinks and snacks. I'm talking about sodas, fruit juices with added sugar, sports drinks, energy drinks, and of course, candy, pastries, cookies, and sugary breakfast cereals. You might be thinking, sugar? I thought that just made you gain weight. What's it got to do with my arteries? Well, a high-sugar diet is one of the main causes of chronic inflammation in your body, and inflammation is ground zero for vascular disease. Here's how it works. When you chug a sugary drink or eat a sweet snack, your blood sugar spikes. Your body freaks out and releases a flood of insulin to get that sugar out of your blood and into your cells. But if you're constantly hitting your body with sugar, your cells can start ignoring the insulin, a condition called insulin resistance. That's the first step toward type 2 diabetes, which is a massive risk factor for PAD. But that's not all. This whole cycle of high blood sugar and high insulin creates a state of constant low-level inflammation. Think of it like constantly scratching an itch. Eventually, the skin gets red, raw, and damaged. That's what sugar does to the inside of your arteries, making them prime real estate for plaque to build up. On top of that, your liver turns excess sugar into other fats, like triglycerides, which are another type of bad cholesterol. So yes, that sugary soda is directly contributing to the gunk that clogs your arteries. Plus, these foods are usually all calories and no nutrients, leading to weight gain, which puts even more stress on your heart and your legs. Quitting added sugar is one of the single best things you can do for your circulation. The trick is to swap out those empty calories for foods that actually help you. The number one change? Ditch sugary drinks. Replace sodas, sweetened teas, and juices with water. Your circulation depends on it. If plain water is too boring, toss in some lemon slices, cucumber, or mint. Unsweetened herbal teas are another great choice. When a sweet craving hits, grab a piece of whole fruit. An apple, a handful of berries, or an orange has natural sugar, but it comes packaged with fiber, water, and vitamins. That fiber slows down how quickly your body absorbs the sugar, preventing those inflammatory blood sugar spikes. Berries are especially great because they're loaded with antioxidants that protect your arteries. Instead of a cookie, try a small handful of almonds or walnuts, or a bowl of plain yogurt with some fresh fruit. These snacks give you healthy fats, protein, and fiber that will keep you full and your blood sugar stable. No roller coaster ride, no inflammation, no damage. Next up, fried foods. This means everything from French fries and fried chicken to donuts, and pretty much half the menu at any fast food joint. For some, they're a guilty pleasure, but for your blood vessels, they're an absolute catastrophe. The main problem is the oil they're cooked in. When you deep fry food, it acts like a little sponge, soaking up all that cooking oil. A lot of the time, restaurants and food companies use partially hydrogenated oils, which are the primary source of artificial trans fats. Let me be clear. Trans fats are, without a doubt, the worst type of fat you can possibly eat. They are so bad that they've been banned in many places, but they still pop up in fried and processed foods. Trans fats deliver a devastating 1-2 punch to your cholesterol. They dramatically raise your LDL bad cholesterol, while at the same time lowering your HDL good cholesterol. HDL is your body's garbage truck. It goes around collecting excess cholesterol to get it out of your arteries. By lowering your HDL, trans fats basically fire the cleanup crew, leaving even more junk behind to clog everything up. And even if trans fats aren't used, the intense heat of deep frying can damage the oils and create compounds that fuel inflammation. These fats contribute directly to atherosclerosis, that hardening and narrowing of the arteries we keep talking about. On top of all that, fried foods are almost always loaded with salt, which drives up blood pressure, and they're incredibly high in calories, which leads to weight gain. A diet heavy in fried foods is a fast track to worse circulation and more leg pain. You don't have to give up crispy, satisfying food. You just need to change how you cook it. Ever tried an air fryer? This gadget is a game changer. It uses superheated air to make your food crispy with just a tiny fraction of the oil. You can make amazing potatoes, chicken, and vegetables in it. Don't forget about your oven. Roasting and baking are fantastic ways to get delicious results. Toss some potato wedges or veggies with a little bit of heart-healthy olive oil and herbs, then roast them until they're golden brown. Grilling and steaming are also your friends. Grilling adds incredible flavor without adding fat. And steaming is one of the best ways to cook vegetables while keeping all their nutrients. When you do use oil for cooking, like for a quick sauté, go for a monounsaturated fat like extra virgin olive oil. Unlike the oils used for deep frying, olive oil is famous for its anti-inflammatory powers and is great for your heart. By making these simple swaps in the kitchen, you can slash your intake of harmful fats and start protecting your arteries. This one surprises a lot of people. Foods like white bread, white rice, regular pasta, and most packaged baked goods can be just as rough on your arteries as a can of soda. These are all refined grains. The refining process strips the grain of its best parts, the bran and the germ. That's where almost all the fiber, vitamins, and minerals are. All you're left with is the starchy part, which your body digests super fast, almost exactly like it digests pure sugar. Because of that, eating refined grains sends your blood sugar and insulin levels on a wild spike. And as we've already covered, those spikes are a huge trigger for the body-wide inflammation that drives PAD. A diet full of refined grains can mess with your cholesterol levels and seriously harm your vascular health. Plus, the lack of fiber in these foods is a massive missed opportunity. Fiber, especially the soluble kind, is one of your best friends for managing cholesterol. It actually binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps escort it out of your body before it has a chance to get into your bloodstream and build plaque. When you choose refined grains, you're not just getting the inflammatory sugar spike, you're missing out on one of nature's best tools for keeping your arteries clean. The fix here is simple and incredibly powerful. Switch from refined grains to whole grains. When you see the word whole on the label, it means the grain still has all its original nutritious parts. So instead of white bread, choose 100% whole wheat or whole grain bread. Check the ingredients. The very first thing listed should be whole wheat flour or another whole grain. Swap out white rice for brown rice, quinoa, barley, or farro. These have a nuttier taste, a better texture, and are full of fiber that will help keep your blood sugar steady and your cholesterol down. Choose whole wheat pasta over the regular kind. It's such an easy switch that makes a huge nutritional difference. And start your day with a bowl of oatmeal or a whole grain cereal instead of a sugary one. Oats are especially amazing because they're packed with that soluble fiber that's so good for your heart. By making whole grains your go-to carbs, you give your body steady energy, you fight inflammation, and you actively help clear out the gunk that clogs your arteries. It's clear that the food you put on your plate has a direct and powerful say in the health of your arteries and the amount of pain you feel in your legs. That heaviness, cramping, and weakness, it's not something you just have to accept. By making smart, informed choices, you can take back control. We've called out the main culprits: the artery-clogging processed meats, the inflammatory sugary drinks, the greasy fried foods, and the empty refined grains. Getting these out of your diet is the single most effective step you can take to stop fueling the fire of atherosclerosis. But this isn't just about what you can't eat. It's about embracing a way of eating that actually nourishes and protects you. It's about filling your plate with a rainbow of whole foods, vibrant fruits and vegetables, fiber-rich whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats from things like fatty fish, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. Eating patterns like the Mediterranean diet are built on these principles and have been proven to be incredibly effective for heart health. Your journey to less pain and better circulation starts with your very next meal. It starts in the grocery store when you decide to walk past the junk and fill your cart with fresh, whole ingredients. That's a powerful choice, and it's a choice you can make today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up to let us know. It helps us reach more people who really need to hear this message. And if you want to keep learning how to improve your health with real, practical advice, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Now, I really want to hear from you. Your story matters. What's one change you've made to your diet that has helped your health, whether it's for leg pain or something else? Share it in the comments below. Your experience could be the spark that helps someone else start their own journey to feeling better. Thanks for watching, and here's to a future with less pain and more life.